Well, hello, clinical problem solvers. Excuse me and my posh self. Hello. Reza and I are delighted to be coming to you from a very posh hotel in Philadelphia, where him and I are super excited to be spending 2 days at Penn Hospital and 1 day at CHOP. This is especially important for us because we get to meet an idol of ours, and Reza and I feel like the Clinical Problem Solvers has been one of the most amazing things that we've ever done, probably the most amazing thing we've ever done, quite frankly, and it only exists because of one person. And we get to meet that person in real life for the first time, and that person is Matt Watto.
Oh, Clinical Problem Solvers. Welcome back. We are status post a Bronzino dinner. We both got the Bronzino. Robbie copied off me. Then I ordered this peanut butter crunch.
And I copied off you again.
I'm just joking. Robbie has been leading the orders for tonight, from the salad to this, and I can't wait to eat this.
Oh.
But more important than this, Clinical Problem Solvers, is that Robbie shared a pearl with me that I want him to share with you.
So, if your only problem is a slow heart rate, this is what will happen. Hypertensive. Most people with bradycardia, what they also have is an impaired contractility. Think hypothyroidism, hypokalemia, ischemia, etc., etc. What is one cause of just bradycardia with normal contractility? Elevated ICP. So if it's bradycardia is the only issue, you'll fill and you'll squeeze like no other. But usually, most bradycardia is accompanied by a contractility issue, and that's why your patient's hypertensive, not from a rate alone.
If you are 100% confident that this was acute inflammatory diarrhea, which we're not here, you're only really dealing with three things: infectious colitis, radiation-induced colitis, and ischemic colitis. Inflammatory causes of bloody diarrhea are certainly in consideration, but only when there's an acute on-chronic flare. So my antennae is zeroed into, is there radiation exposure for whatever reason we don't know about? Is there ischemic colitis at play, which would actually explain an abdominal pain syndrome followed by bloody diarrhea? And is there an infection at play? But the big caveat is, I'm not so confident that this is actually acute, and the background history of weeks of abdominal pain makes me wonder, well, is there then a prior chapter of this diarrhea story?
I absolutely love that, because when you have, if we do get the imaging and it indeed shows colitis, there's a really easy mnemonic to remember the various causes of colitis. And look, we're all falling back on these approaches that we've practiced over time. Like, this is not our first time thinking about this, but you want to make it as easy as possible for your brain to acquire information and solve the problem. When you have colitis, you can think of the 4 I's, and Robbie just touched base on the majority of those. Infectious, inflammatory, like inflammatory bowel disease, ischemic, in the right host, and infiltrated. Malignancy, etc., can infiltrate and cause colitis, eosinophils and such. So this is all tricks. It's not tricks, it's reflecting, thinking, and then applying when you have a patient present to the hospital.
Oh wow. Good morning, Clinical Problem Solvers.
This is an amazing book for the experienced clinician. Once you get the basics out the way, highly recommend it.
Clinical Problem Solvers. First, let me introduce you to the morning's breakfast. What we have here is an omelet with sausage and jalapenos for that extra burn. And you gotta get extra sausage to fuel the muscles. You see the potatoes here as well. But my favorite part about this meal, and Robbie totally judged me the whole time as I kept going back, are these fruit juices. Why not? If it's there, why not get it? So, the agenda for today. We will be discussing an unknown case at the Children's Hospital of Philadelphia. And there, they're going to present a case that we are not familiar with. And we're going to try in real time to solve this case. What I want to tell you is you don't need to be a master to do something like this. Really, everyone should have the boldness to share their thinking in front of an audience. And the moments where you identify gaps in your knowledge, don't view them as deficiencies or inadequacies. Robbie will tell you to view them as growth opportunities. So, am I nervous? No. One, I have a mathematician with me, but more importantly, I know and I get excited when I learn there's items I don't remember, because then I can work on it and improve my knowledge base. Anyways, clinical problem solvers, that's enough for you right now. We gotta attack this meal and fuel up for the unknown.
Hello, problem solvers. I have the privilege of saying goodbye to you all and Reza. We are finishing up a 3-day hangout here in Philadelphia. We spent our first 2 days at Pennsylvania Hospital, which is one of the oldest hospitals in the United States, founded in 1715, and claims to have the first ever resident graduate in the United States. And there we had 2 amazing days with some incredible people, did a clinical unknown, and our Grand Round Stuff, which we'll talk about in a second. And then right now, we actually just finished a clinical unknown in the Children's Hospital of Philadelphia, right here. Show them. And if you don't know this, I'm an internist, if you don't know this, pediatricians and med-peds doctors are the best. They're just the kindest souls. Like, everyone has a beaming smile and is so incredibly welcoming. We had a great time with them. What will I leave you with? I will leave you with one thing that Reza and I are learning, is as we tour this country emphasizing clinical reasoning, we're learning more and more that the more powerful message to leave people with is not schemas or illness scripts or problem representations. It's showing your learners that you care. Stay tuned for more on that, but I'll remind you, if you don't do that, none of what we are talking about on the podcast will matter. So remember, no one cares how much you know until they know you care.